Welcome back to Let's Play Higurashi, Meakashi. It has been a while because took me forever to make my own all-cast review session. Mainly because I couldn't be asked at first, and I was like, okay, let's do this. I was like, okay, I need sprites. So I was like, okay, I'll look online. And I found like every sprite for Ren and Mion, but I couldn't find sprites, as many sprites for other characters. And it was like, damn it, I'll try to like make those kind of transparent backgrounds. And I failed at it. Here's one I did a Shion. It's difficult, man, when they've got like this kind of posterized background of a photo. It makes it hard to edit out, because I've only got GIMP for, like, editing pictures and all that. I don't have Photoshop, which I imagine is much easier to use stuff like that. I get a message as soon as I start recording. That's typical, isn't it? And, one thing, though, is just like I went through all that trouble, and look at this. Whatever reason, freaking Steam is zoomed the fuck in here. I don't know why. And again, still no release, but that's besides the point. This right here says I played it yesterday because I was like looking. I went into the all-cast review session from this one, which I didn't want to do, because it said last played on the 25th of December last year, and I like to keep it that way, where it's like where the LP ended. Like the playthrough of the route arc, like, just remains as the last played part. But no, I went through that. Did I go for any other ones? I don't think I did. Essentially, what happened was, though, I realized I could just go into the Steam folder for the freaking novels and find all the sprites and backgrounds I needed there. So I wasted all that time doing that. So I wrote a script. And I just use the sprites, use the backgrounds that have in the old cast review session, that angel mode and all that. And I made my own scenario, and I think it kind of fits the feel of the actual old cast review sessions to an extent. I don't think it's as good as the writers would have done it, but I think I kind of captured the feel of it. But before we get that, we're going to go through the staff room. But first, I must check a message. A second. Okay, staff room. This is indeed a staff room. Well, actually, I was just thinking of my guitar tutor's teacher. Yeah, it's like a recording studio, and that's where I get lessons. But his setup is not quite, like this. It just kind of makes me think of it. It's just like you got the space right here, and you got all his effects and amp, whatever. He's got all his equipment, his computer and all that. It's a really nice setup, much better than mine. Like, my setup is, my amp is in the corner of the room, my freaking effects pedal is just in the middle of the room, which makes freaking, the room even smaller than it already is. It's just like haphazardly just everywhere. While his setup is much more efficient, much cleaner, because, it's not all over the place. But anyways, do you think the murder can be justified depending on the motive? Hi, this is Ryuukishi07. So yeah, this is what replaces the all-cast review sessions in the answer arcs. I mean, it's nice, it's like an interview with the... I wonder if Ryuukishi07 is the main writer or just the writer in general. I think he's the guy who did the original artwork as well. Just like, I'm not sure. He probably is one of the main writers, if not the writer in general. I mean, it's nice to get an interview with him, but it would be nice to also, have those all-cast review sessions. They were great, man. They were great. Thank you for playing Higurashi when they cry Kai. Chapter 5, Meakashi. When we get to the all-cast review session that I made myself, I kind of go into that, like how in the all-cast review sessions, Renner would always be like, thank you for playing this arc and all that shit. I kind of like kept in character, tried to keep it like consistent with how the other old cast review sessions went. I don't think I captured it perfectly, like how they discuss things. I kind of sort of did that, but it's kind of hard to do, you know, to capture that. I can't think of the word here. That's exact kind of scenario that plays out in the all cast review sessions. That exact type of thing, whatever. Anyways, let's go for the interview. Though I depict many deaths in my work, I often ask myself a question. That question is there such a thing as justifiable murder? In our world, murder is prosecuted and the degree of punishment varies depending on the motive and circumstances. Well, when you think about it, you got, like, you know, self-defense kind of thing. Like, if someone is trying to kill you and you end up killing the person trying to kill you, that's kind of like, that's kind of seen as, okay, fair enough for now. When you fought back and they end up dying, fair enough, kind of thing, you know? But, yeah, murder's kind of a hazy area, isn't it? Having different degrees of punishment means that we are putting a value on the dead person's life. Some scenes justify murder in Higurashi. Well, I don't think any of the scenes in this arc were justified. By degrading the life of the victim in those scenes, the players can sympathize with the character more easily. The degree of sympathy would be different from person to person. The people who could sympathize probably felt coughers, and the people who disagreed with the character might have felt uncomfortable. Is he referring to Shion in this scenario? I guess that'd be the latter on that. It's just like, yeah, uncomfortable. That's indicated by how opinions were polarized regarding Keiichi's actions in Higurashi. Okay, you're talking about that one. That one was like, yeah, that one I can see why it kind of be a mix of both, really, isn't it? Because, you know, Satoka's uncle was just like, spoilers! Satoka's uncle was a fucking horrible bastard. But at the same time, it's just like, you know, kind of grey area kind of thing. In Meakashi, there are also a number of murders, but this time the main character, Shion, tries to earn sympathy for each one of them. How did you feel? How much were you able to sympathize with her? Well, I've been watching this, it's mostly just me being like, what the fuck, Shion, get a hold of yourself! If you couldn't sympathize with her at all, then please berate her as a crazy murderer. If you sympathize with her at all, then please have mercy on her. Imagine if it said, if you sympathize with her at all, please consult your therapist, or something. If you sympathize with her almost entirely, then please have mercy on her. If you completely sympathize with her, then please let us berate both of you as greedy murderers. Lol. Does it really say lol in Japanese? I guess we're gonna still have one of these after all here. Nope. That's probably like, I don't know. We haven't gone for the dictionary yet. The word of the day. Hey, look up there. That's demon, isn't it? Let's see. Probably got laugh in here. That could be the word of the day if it's in here. Laugh. Wara. Yeah, that is the conjugate for laugh. But how the hell do you pronounce that? Wara. It's like it's got wa, ra, and oo. I mean, like, if it's like, say, like tor, something like that, and it has tor and oo, it kind of like, I can see how that kind of goes into this one syllable. But if it's like after something like ra, then how is that pronounced? To laugh at something. Darikao Bakanizuni. Well, that one's different. Actually, it doesn't even use the same character on that one, so it is. To make someone laugh, Darikao Warawa Seru. To laugh at a joke. Jordani Warau. I know Jordan is joke, so yeah, to laugh at a joke. So you got laugh and joke. How about about that. But yeah, that character right there is the character for Laugh. So he really is more or less saying lol in a way you could see it as. I mentioned this before, but there's actually a Welsh word that is literally just lol and it means nonsense. I found it in my Welsh dictionary. That's hilarious. You just like go through it and then you see lol and it's like, what? And it is pronounced that way, lol. And it means nonsense, which I find kind of fitting in a way. What about me? Well, that's a secret. I'd like to reserve my question this time. What kind of murderer could you sympathize with if you were to be killed? A murderer who doesn't care about people's lives? That'd be quite a regrettable death. It's extremely sad to be killed in denial of all of your values. A murderer who begs for forgiveness in tears? That'd be quite regrettable too. They shouldn't kill you at all if they're begging your forgiveness. So, what kind of murderer could you sympathize with? In the end, sympathy might be just a method for making the story more interesting. If you can sympathize, it's fun. If you can't sympathize, they're just crazy. We cannot put value on human life. It's a sin to even try doing so. Murder is a murder. Nothing more than that. I just hope everybody can live happily together. How does that sound? Would you agree to that? If you wouldn't... Thank you very much for playing Higurashi when they cry guy, Chapter 5, Meakashi. I will only bring out this 5th episode thanks to all of your support. Higurashi will only get more intense as it approaches the finale. You ain't wrong there, Ryuukishi, or whatever, Ryuukishi07. Because, seriously, man, they get more intense. Although, you know, the release day is all over the place. If only, like, I remember buying the novels off a Manga Gamer site years ago, man. Like, when they were originally releasing them. And they were releasing it one arc at a time, kind of like what they're doing here, but at a faster pace than, you know, almost entire year, and they haven't released the second answer arc yet. I mean, what the hell's the hold up there? I actually looked into it. I was like, okay, Google, Steam Higurashi release date or some shit like that. I found like a post back when they released Meakashi, like a Twitter post from their accounts. And they kind of indicated in that post that they just like, okay, we're working on releasing the other answer arc soon as well. It's been nearly a year and no update as far as I can tell. Just like scrolling through the posts, just like, okay, what are people gotta say on that? Like more recent kind of posts on the, like in reply to the Twitter posts were just like, so what's the hold up? Any new updates on that? And no answers, as far as I could see. I mean, what's the hold up? Was it because of, Umineko when they cry, or whatever it's called? Is it because they were focusing on that and kind of lost track and were like, oh wait, we're gonna do the Higurashi one as well. Ah shit, we forgot all about that. We were re-releasing them again. But we've updated art style and on Steam as well. Should we do that now? I don't know. Kind of thing. I have no idea what's the hold up there. Why was I rambling about that again? Higurashi and Genesis approaches. Oh yeah. I'd originally bought it off Manga Gamer site years ago, so I technically got those, you know. I could just play those, right? Yeah? No, of course not. You know why? Because it's been so long that, like, after a certain amount of time, for whatever reason, you can't actually download what you've bought if it's been a lot of time, or, like, in that case, because it's no longer on their website. Because it's like taken off and they re-released it and shit like that. I don't know how it makes any sense. It's like I bought like each answer arc individually as they came out, and I can't actually play them now because like that was back when I had a different laptop for one thing, and like I said, I can't download them again because they're no longer there. So that kind of sucks. Got even an alternative kind of way of getting around that. So yeah, still just have to wait for the answer arcs to be released at an incredibly slow pace. Who knows, maybe when they eventually release the next answer arc, they'll be like, okay, here's the answer arc, here's another one, and that's all, folks. Because there's only 3 other answer arcs. But yeah, don't know what's the hold up. Nothing would make me happier than if you continued reading the chapters to come. The next chapter will be titled Simi Horoboshi. You know, in the all cast review session I made, I'd like announce then at the end of it, you know how Rena is always like the one like right at the end after the all cast review session, she'll just kind of address you, the player, reader, and be like, we hope you enjoyed and look forward to the next one. The next one will be titled this and we'll be focusing on this. So I did that, and I'd like had like the actual recording, you know. I just record it and just kind of read as it is. But when it comes to stuff like that, I try to be, you know, a bit more professional. I didn't want to slip up any lines, and I kept slipping up that one. I was like, because I'm trying to do the Rena voice at the same time, just like Sumi Horoboshi. I mean, that's quite a mouthful, isn't it? I think I like saw on the Higurashi Wikipedia, it means atonement arc. So, yeah. Really, I'm rather fortunate if you've enjoyed yourself even a little. Simbora Horoboshi, by the way, is the answer arc to Onagakushi. I mean, how weird is that? Onagakushi, first question arc. Watanagashi, second question arc. And Meakashi is the answer arc to Watanagashi. So what's up with the ordering there? Just like, no, we flipped the first and second. But then, the third one, I can't remember the answer arc to, the Tarigoroshi, but that's the third answer arc, and that's when shit starts to really unfold, and you start to be like, okay, this is what everything was all building up to. This means stuff. And then it's followed by the final answer arc, which is the answer arc, not just to the fourth question arc, but to the series in general, where it's just like, here's the grand finale, where everything comes together. God knows when that'll be released though. Thank you again for playing, reading, and stuff. I hope this has brought a little color to your life. 7th expansion, Ryuukishi07. And Blue Skull Dragon, 87. Well, the N on this channel, isn't it? Higurashi. Wait for it. 30 seconds. Achievement unlocked, Meakashi staff room. That means we've unlocked all of them now. All the achievements. But you know, it was like, you know what, actually, look at this. 20 hours compared to the other arcs. 14 hours. This was the shortest arc. Himatsubushi. Higurashi was 24 hours. Watanagashi was 24 hours, so the question arc was longer than the answer arc itself, it feels here, doesn't it? Then, meanwhile, Onagakushi, 19 hours. It honestly felt like Onagakushi was longer than that, but it's... yeah. It's kind of weird how that worked out, isn't it? It's like, I thought this arc would be longer than that. Let's look at our achievements. Oh god, how am I gonna frickin' get this now? Goodbye, sister, broke out of prison. Hello, sister, reunited with a close relative. A hopeless pair went shopping with an ass man. It's kind of hard to, you know, scroll it even more so now that... I guess it must be a weird Steam update, because everything's all zoomed in. So you know, like the taskbar, it like goes under the taskbar. It's just that freaking zoomed in. I don't know why, it's just weird. Move it, Steam. These were unlocked on these dates. Oh yeah, and Possessed. Heard a story about Oshiro-sama. Were unlocked on this date. Man, way back in January. It's 25th of March now. A bit. Play egg, not listen to someone's desperate request. Absentee present, covered for murder, train to nowhere. Had a dear friend go missing, payment reconciled with a close relative. Defilers broke into a forbidden place, were unlocked on these dates. Move it or lose it. Sting of payback took the first step towards revenge. Taking your own noose took another step on the journey of revenge. The path to hell continued down into the road of darkness. Shocking end kills someone very dear to you. Revelation, a squash, reached an epiphany at the end of it all. Were unlocked around then. So this arc went on quite a while in terms of, how long I've been, recording it month-wise, I guess. Meakashi staff room had a chat with Ryuukishi07 detective. Meakashi read all tips in Meakashi unlocked here. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this arc. And before I wrap things up here and we go over the old cast review session that I made, it's just like, I just thought, what the hell am I gonna do in the meantime on this channel then? The other answer arcs haven't been released yet, so I'm kind of wondering, maybe do a short visual novel LP of something else in the meantime while we wait. But what exactly? And that is why I leave it up to you viewers potentially. If it's there are quite a few novels on Steam from the looks of it. If there's any short novels, any suggestions, viewers? Well, there's only been literally one comment on this entire arc so far. I mean, I've had people actually subscribe to this channel, which is at an incredibly slow pace, almost as slow as the release for these answer arcs. I've had more subscribers subscribe throughout this arc than comments on the arc itself. So yeah. But if there is anyone who's got any recommendations there, for a short novel, nothing too lengthy, nothing that'll just be okay, I'll end up LPing it for a year because of length. Something that would take maybe a couple weeks or a month or two, something like that. No, nothing too lengthy, but good kind of filler for, until we get to the next answer arc whenever it gets released. And preferably on Steam, because it's easier to access that, So anyways, hope you enjoyed this arc, and hope you enjoyed the random all-cast review session I put together. It took me ages. It's 9 minutes long, or almost 9 minutes long, but it took ages, man. Just my freaking built-in mouse was flying all over the place when I was getting all the sprites in place and all that. It was a pain in the ass. It's very reminiscent of my After LP talks, which, as I've said before, these all-cast review sessions was the inspiration for me making those, so it kind of comes full circle there. It is a pain in the ass to do those, But anyways, I hope you enjoyed this and that and blah, and I will see you whenever we get to the other answer arc, whenever it's released, or filler in the form of a different novel. I don't know. Peace out. Hope you enjoyed.
Hello everyone, we hope you enjoyed this playthrough of Higurashi Meakashi, and also please support the official release of these novels. So this is the first time Blue Skull Dragon VN is writing the script for this old cast review session.
Shh, Rennie, you're not supposed to point that out.
Sorry about that.
It's alright. Shall we round everybody up so we can talk about this arc?
Everyone is already here.
What's up with this arc? Why did I get killed off like that? If it makes you feel any better, you weren't the only one killed off.
Shion was really scary in this arc.
After we went over the Watanagashi arc, I was surprised by the twist that it was Shion all along. I guess the demon blood was strong in me here, right sis? Shion, where did you come from? What's the matter how I got here? If I didn't show up for this session would fall flat.
She does have a point. It would be a bit odd to not have the protagonist of the arc appear here.
You say that, but Kei-chan never got to appear in any of these due to not having a character portrait at the time. I guess the difference between the two of us is that my character appeared in the other arcs before taking on the role of protagonist. My character appeared without a character portrait for the first two question arcs.
I think that might be due to you not playing a big role until Tatarikoroshi.
But didn't we have the curry contest in one of the first 2 question arcs? Why didn't you have a portrait back then? They probably just didn't have a character portrait in mind for it back then.
I wonder if the headmaster will get a character portrait at some point. I don't think he's got a character portrait in the main arcs.
I'm starting to think they just saw it as too much of a hassle to make portraits for minor characters like him.
How sad. I'll be sure to pat him on the head when I next see him.
You're the only one who can get away with doing that. Aren't we getting a bit sidetracked?
Takano-san, when did you get here?
We've been here the whole time. We just didn't know when to step in.
It can be difficult to join in a conversation when there are so many people talking.
Anyways, shall we talk about this arc? Takano-san, Tomitaka-san, thank you for showing up. These guys were getting off topic till you showed up.
You're the one who got us off topic in the first place, Shion-san.
Ah, Stoko, forgive me for what I did in this arc.
What? An apology all of a sudden?
Yes, everything got way out of hand in this arc. Sorry.
It's the writers that should be apologizing, though.
You're right. It wasn't my fault after all.
That still doesn't change the fact that you did all those horrible things in this arc.
I will not forgive someone who dares hurt Stoko-chan.
Coach!
What you did in this arc is unforgivable.
Hey, like I said, it was the writers that had my character do all that stuff.
Ah, you're right. This arc sure had some twists. I still got killed off the same way.
That seems to be the most consistent thing in this series. Didn't you die in the same way as last time, Takano-san? That's right, but my fate was left ambiguous in Higurashi, so it's not nearly as consistent.
I wonder what other things have been consistent in each arc. The 4th question arc was very different to the other ones.
That was more of a prequel of sorts, so I don't think that one stands out too much.
One thing that stood out was that Rika-chan died at the end of Himatsubushi.
Come to think of it, Rika dies on a lot of these arcs.
Poor me. Meep. I think Onikakushi was the only one where Rika-chan didn't die.
That was the first one where my character got killed off.
I guess that really might be the only consistent thing so far. Hey, what about Oishi? Every time he makes his appearance in these arcs, he usually is a turning point in these arcs.
You raise a good point. I wonder why that happens.
Even in this arc, it was not long after Shion first ran into Oishi that things started to change. I guess his appearance is a good indicator of when the plot's about to get darker.
Back on the topic of this arc, why did Shion lose her mind in this arc in the first place?
Well, like my character stated, he's due to a domino effect that eventually led to everything getting out of control.
But then why didn't the same thing happen in Tatarigoroshi? Shion-san was part of the cast of characters by that point.
I think it's because the domino effect didn't happen in that arc, so Shion remained sane in that one. To think of it, our characters go through different scenarios in each arc. But there are things that remain the same while the scenarios play out differently.
Well, me and Renner appeared pretty creepy in Onikakushi, but not so much in the other arcs. I'd say you were pretty creepy with Tanagashi, but then this arc revealed that it was me all along.
I think Shion might be the scariest character.
She sure did have a sadistic side to her in this arc. From my perspective, I think Ren is another scary character.
Oh, me? But why?
Well, outside of Onikakushi, your character is acting pretty creepy in the other arcs whenever Sadoshi got brought up. I wonder about that. Renner would always talk about her experience with Ryuukishi07 whenever the topic arose.
And it can be pretty scary in those scenes.
No kidding, that one scene in Onikakushi was terrifying. But with that being said, I think Ren is a very kind and caring person.
I agree, Renner seems to really care about everyone, but I wonder how her role in the next arc will play out. The next arc?
I'll be the main character in the next arc.
Wow, congrats and good luck with that role. I gotta say, being the main character in this arc was quite an experience. I wonder how Kei-chan was able to go through the first 3 question arcs as the main character. Speaking of Kei-chan, where is he? He has a character portrait now, so don't you think he'll finally appear?
Actually, Cage is still waiting for the next arc to be released.
How could that be a reason for not showing up here?
He told me that he had read the script for the next arc and wanted to be there when it finally gets released.
So in other words, Kid-chan's still at home waiting for it to be released.
Yep.
Poor Kid-chan.
You think we should maybe give him a call?
Yeah, let's call Kid-chan.
Hello, my bar residence. Keiichi speaking. Who is this?
Hi Cage-kun, it's Rena. Everyone else is here too. We were going over the Meakashi arc just now.
What? Why didn't anybody tell me? I could have finally got to appear there in person.
Sean? I actually told him that we wouldn't be doing this review session until the next arc got released. Sean, you...
That's the real reason he didn't show up.
I've been waiting so long for this moment because Sean told me that we wouldn't be doing this until the next arc was released. I've just been waiting all this time.
Okay, Chi, I'll be sure to pat you on the head when the next arc comes out.
While I may not have my chance this time, I will appear in the next one.
It's a shame that the answer arcs didn't have official review sessions. I wonder what the writers would do with you if they did.
Even in the Blue Skull Dragon VN versions of these sessions, Keiichi still doesn't get to appear.
You're right. I wonder if Kei-chan will have any luck next time. Be sure to show up next time, Kei-chan.
Of course, when I make my appearance there, I'll be out of this world and amazing in more ways than can be counted.
Good luck with that, Kei-chan.
We hope you all enjoyed Higurashi Meakashi and continue to support the Higurashi series. The next arc will be titled Sumori Horoboshi, which will be the second answer arc. It will be the answer arc to Honikakushi and will have me as the main character. Like with Tanagashi and Meakashi, the next answer arc doesn't completely follow its question arc. So I hope you look forward to the next arc. See you in the next arc. Thank you and bye for now.